When did the revolution happen in Afghanistan? What if one day your country transformed overnight? That's exactly what happened in Afghanistan on April 27, 1978. Known as the Saur Revolution, this pivotal event toppled the country's leadership and reshaped its political future, unleashing ripple effects still felt today. The Saur Revolution wasn't just a historical milestone. It was a turning point marked by promises of change, fierce resistance, and the eventual involvement of superpowers. To understand Afghanistan's current state, we must journey back to this critical moment in its history. The seeds of the revolution were sown long before 1978. Economic inequality, political repression, and dissatisfaction with Mohammed Daoud Khan's presidency created a storm of unrest. People were desperate for change, and underground movements began to grow. Among them was the People's Democratic Party of Afghanistan, PDPA. As a Marxist-Leninist party, the PDPA sought swift, radical reform, and their plans soon took center stage. Frustration boiled over, and a sudden military coup became inevitable. On the morning of April 27, 1978, the air in Kabul was tense. PDPA militants and supportive rebel forces launched an orchestrated strike against Daoud Khan's government buildings. Weapons clashed, echoes of gunfire filled the air, and chaos gripped the streets of the capital. It was a swift operation. Within 24 hours, the PDPA declared victory. Daoud Khan and his family were killed, bringing an abrupt end to his regime. Afghanistan was now under the control of Marxist revolutionaries, forever altering its course. With the PDPA in power, sweeping reforms were promised. Land redistribution, free education, and women's rights were introduced as part of their communist agenda. However, the reforms alienated many, especially religious leaders and rural populations. What followed was resistance. Tribal leaders and Islamic factions saw PDPA policies as an attack on their way of life. Protests turned violent, igniting a brutal civil conflict between the government and insurgent forces. The dream of change was soon overshadowed by violence. The Saur Revolution didn't just affect Afghanistan, it drew the attention of global powers. Alarmed by the communist takeover, the Soviet Union intervened in 1979, escalating the crisis. The ensuing war lasted a decade, turning Afghanistan into a battleground between Cold War giants. The effects of this revolution were monumental, leading to the collapse of the Soviet-backed regime, the rise of the Mujahideen, and eventually, the emergence of the Taliban. Afghanistan became a landscape of endless conflict and shifting political powers. The Saur Revolution was more than a political shift. It redefined Afghanistan's identity. It sparked decades of unrest, yet it also serves as a critical lesson in the complexities of imposing reform amidst cultural and societal resistance. Understanding this revolution offers insight into Afghanistan's past and its struggles today. It's a story of ambition, conflict, and enduring consequences. The Saur Revolution reminds us how power, ideology, and resistance shape societies. It's a story of attempted progress disrupted by cultural divides and global politics. For Afghanistan, it was a leap toward change that came at an enormous cost. Want to explore more transformative moments in Afghanistan's history? Subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments. Together, let's uncover the events that shaped the world as we know it.